Hi guys. Um, Quite a long time ago, I think it was in 2012, I did a bit of code, um, just as something to do at home for a bit of an ordering system for a sandwich bar place. So I just thought I'd show you that code. It's not too bad, um, but it gives you the freedom of entering stuff into an array without using prompts, because this is the old type of cache coding. It just uses an int file. So if I run this for you and show you the orders, so this is the order screen, and what you do is there's already some data in the global. I think there's up to something like 9 orders or something. Um, so if I type in number 10 and press enter, this shouldn't exist. So it says invalid order number, 'cause there's nothing there. If I typed in number 9, it'd probably show you one. And I'll show you that in a minute. Now the other thing you can do is just press enter and it will create the next order for you. So it's basically, you use your cursor keys to cursor around the screen wherever you want to go. So as you can see in the bottom left hand corner, there's a number that keeps incrementing. Those are the actual lines. So if I scroll down to number 15 and then press my down arrow again, it goes back up to the top, but this time we're on 16. And then so on. I think it goes up to 55 or something. Right, maybe 60. It goes up to 60 because you can see the plus has disappeared now. So if I now, oh, and you can see there's a minus up there now next to quantity. So if I now press down again, it won't go to 61, it'll just loop back to 46. So when you're on the last screen, it just keeps looping back. But then if you go back up using your up arrow, you can see now that it's going back up the array, and you can see now that the plus sign is still there but the minus sign has disappeared. So again, if I press up, it'll just loop back on the first page to the first 15 items. So that's that. What I'll do is you can just type in, and all you need to do is just type in, so 1. Now obviously I need to get it to load up what the description is, but I need to get rid of the backspace and stuff, so let's just do, I don't know, oops, and I need to get it to calculate the subtotal based on the quantity. You can see it's added the total in there. So you could basically do that for anything you wanted. Now normally you would do, you'd normally do it sequentially like that, but there's nothing to stop you going, I don't know, putting one there. In fact, we'll see what this does, to be honest with you. So as you can see, it's just going to keep everything in there. So if I now save that and come out and go back in, I know it's number 10. Let's see if it keeps line 28 as it is or moves it up. So as you can see, it's moved it up now because it knew that there was none. So line 28 now should have disappeared. Yep, because it's moved it back up, look. So what I'll do is I'll come out of that. Now I know that number 4 has got quite a few items in. Like I say, I need to ignore the grand total over there. So ignore that total there because clearly oh no, that might be right. Anyway, there's a few little problems with it, but the basis is that you can just add anything you want, and instead of having, you know, a prompts like in the old type coding screens. I don't know what does spacebar do? I've forgotten now. I've forgotten what spacebar does. Says spacebar toggles. I don't know what. I've forgotten now. So anyway, so that's it, and this is the code for it. Oh yeah, it was 2012 that I wrote this. Just something I did at home. Now it says here there's 45 lines per order, but we can see that there was clearly 60. If that was 14 times 15, that is 60, innit? 4 grids, 15 rows a grid, so that's 60. And it basically uses your up arrow, down arrow, left arrow, right arrow, and depending which one you move, it calculates what column you're on or what grid you're in, and then it hides the cursor when you move from one column to another. This is the next grid, where if you're in one grid and you move down, it calculates the next grid. That's a previous grid. Print to screen just prints all the information in the global. Save data just saves it. Show cursor actually shows you flashing red grid, and so forth. Get string just basically waits for you to type something in. It decides if it's a valid keyboard key from A to Z, I think, or plus your numbers, and so on. And that's about it really. So there's only 238 lines. So I just thought I'd show you. So if we do number 10, like we just did, and there it goes. There's it loads all the data. So there's a few little glitches like there, look. So if I move down one, you see it's £24.80. Now because it's started a new grid and there's nothing on there, it thinks that it's 0. But if I move down one, it shows you the total from grid 1. Yeah, and I'm guessing it does that for all the grids. So look, this is so as you can see, I just typed in any old crap and it's saved it all in the over on the last file, last grid there. So that's it. See what you think to that.